So I found a list of the top 10,000 best-selling Amazon FBA products, and I put them into a file for you guys. The link is in the description if you guys want to pick that up because you guys are going to need it for today's video. I'm going to show you guys how to use that list to find really awesome products to sell on Amazon. Also, if you guys haven't watched yesterday's video on how to double your Amazon sales, if you are actually selling on Amazon and you have not seen that video, that is absolutely criminal. Go check it out right now. It is right here, link in the description also. Go check it out. It is absolutely crazy information for you guys, especially for those of you who are still right now selling on Amazon. For those of you who haven't started, still awesome content, but for you, if you are selling on Amazon and you haven't checked it out, you know. So let's get into it. Once you guys do actually pick up that list and download it, it's going to be, you know, look something like this. And you're going to have the most, profitable categories that I put there for you. Now, for my example, I found some very profitable products in baby, and I'll show you guys what they are very soon. But let me show you guys how to actually filter the data. And I know once you guys open this, it was going to look very, very, jumbled, and there's a ton of stuff going on. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you guys how to clean this up, so you guys aren't as confused. Trust me, stick around, it's gonna be worth it. We're gonna clean it up right now of the absolutely unnecessary stuff in here that you do not need. So, column A, get rid of that, hide it. Column B, get rid of that, hide it. Okay, we don't need any of those. ASINs, I'd keep. UPC, get rid of it. Column D. Column E, you wanna keep, that's the name of the product, so open that up as wide as as wide as you want. I could have kept going, but I just cut the rest of it out. Just keep the ones that I have. So C, E, F, H, K, L, M. Those are the ones you want. And what we're going to do now is we're going to narrow it down and filter out the products that we need and that we want. The item name is, that's great. That's what we're going to need. Merchant brand name. We're going to need review count. So you're going to want to click on the arrow. So now we're going to start filtering down. We're going to start narrowing down. It's a little bit like the web app for Jungle Scout or Viral Launch if you've ever used that. So for the choose one, go to let's go to less than or equal to for the review count, right? So we might want to do let's do 30 reviews, okay? And then it's going to start narrowing down for us. So we're going to close that out. So now every single review it's going to show us is a product with less than 30 reviews. Now also what we want to do is we're going to go total offers. We don't want something with a ton of total offers because we're not looking to find stuff that's going to get hijacked and stuff that's really, super, like a lot of Chinese sellers selling on it. We want to stay away from that stuff. So for the total offers, we want to go to less than or equal to, let's say 2, because we don't really want more than that. And then we're going to go to min price. You can go to greater than or equal to, I'd say about $15 or whatever you guys want to put there. And as you can see, a huge list of about 10,000 products is now this long. And what you're going to do now is this is going to show you exactly what products fit your actual, parameters. Obviously, you can play around with your parameters and stuff like that. But do you see how we just took 10,000 products and we cleaned it up into, I don't know, maybe 20 or 30? But a lot of them are going to be, brand names. You want to start looking for the brands that are not recognized brand names, maybe third-party sellers. So you're gonna want to go look through it and find, different stuff and play with the parameters. You'll find a ton of stuff that way. But guys, I have one open for you so that was beauty. I have one from baby. I actually found some products that I want to share with you guys just to show you what's possible in finding products using this method. So I found this one right here. So what you want to do is, you find the title, copy and paste the title into Google, and it's going to take you to the page. Now obviously it's hard to tell how good a product is from that list. That list is just the top 10,000 best-selling ASINs in each category. But once you do open up the Jungle Scout, it's going to show us how much this product makes. So as you can see, this product, it has a bunch of variations, but it is making a decent amount of money. It does have a lot of reviews because I guess since the time that the list came out, the reviews has kind of gone up since then. But here's the best part, right? So I didn't even know that, these kind of baby crib bumper pads existed. So what you want to do is, what I did was I just, tried to look at the, market. So I did bumper pad, or what is it called? Baby crib bumper. I got onto the main niche category, and I saw that there was actually some decent competition, but I decided to open up the Jungle Scout anyways, and I'm very thankful I did, because when you open up the Jungle Scout, you can see that this is actually a pretty good niche. There's people 6,000, 5,000. Not amazing, crazy numbers up here, but when you do scroll down at the end, I found these two guys. So 10,000 with 44 reviews and almost 16,000, sorry, with 20 reviews. So I opened up both of those just to check them out, and it's really crazy how just from one search, from one product, I didn't necessarily look at that product, But just looking at the niche in general, I found many products that, are actually very much making good money and are competing in a market that may look a little saturated, but clearly is not. So that's just one example of a couple products that I found super interesting. I didn't even know that, this kind of stuff existed. This is a mesh crib bumper. So these bumpers are obviously very profitable. So sitting here at my buddy's house, just editing the video. And at this part, I said that the product was profitable. And I realized it's a pretty big claim to make. So I sat down, I was like, is this product actually profitable? So let's check it out with you guys quickly to show you guys that this is actually potentially a pretty good product to sell. What I did was obviously your first step, because we're sourcing stuff from China for the most part. I came onto Alibaba, my favorite sourcing website, and I searched up the mesh baby crib bumper pads. Now, when I looked through it, I think I found a couple of them here, which was, so this was a mesh one, and then there might have been one more mesh one somewhere here, and they're both the same price, about $450 to $950. So the middle price was about $7. I would say, you want to pick about the middle price when you're, finding products like this. So what I did was I came back to that listing to actually see if it's profitable, and I opened up the AMZ calculator app, which is going to show us the Amazon fees and all those fees put together and show us the monthly estimated profit. So the product cost was, we said $7. The shipping cost, let's say, was $2 because it's not a very big product. You can fold it up, and as you can see, the pick and pack is $471. So obviously it isn't the lightest product, but it's definitely nothing crazy. The FBA fees are still very manageable. So shipping cost of $2 wouldn't be something crazy. That makes about $9 landed cost. And that means that we still have a estimated profit margin of, or estimated profit of, around $5,100 per month. And just to show you guys that that is actually a decent amount of money, right? I'm sure you guys know that, but $5,100 times 12 is literally still well over the average annual salary for someone in the US. So if you had a product like this making $5,000 a month, it's still a very good amount of money, especially considering you only have to just put out a few more products like this, and also considering that this product only has 20 reviews. So when I thought it was profitable, actually doing the math was also showing that it is a pretty profitable product to sell. Obviously, you have to do more research than this and actually message the manufacturers and stuff like that. This is obviously very quick math, but it's a very promising product is what I'm trying to say. And another product that I found was actually also in the baby category. I looked through this stuff and I narrowed down what I wanted. I actually bolded over here. So just to show you guys that it is possible, you just have to spend obviously the time to do it, which a lot of people aren't down for. But for those of you who are, go ahead and do that because it will be worth it for you. So just copy and paste that into your Google. And when we come into this one, here's something that I had no idea something like this existed, but clearly it exists and clearly it's making some good money. So this one right here, again, is another example of, the reviews being a little higher than expected. But once you do look into it, this one does not look like it's making good money whatsoever. But before I gave up on it, again, I decided to look at the niche as a whole. Maybe for some reason, this one is not selling so well anymore. So I wrote in shopping cart cover for babies, okay? And again, I did the same thing where I opened up the Jungle Scout and I looked at the niche as a whole, because you can really get good insights when you look through it this way. Look at the people who are making the money and then wonder, ask yourself why. That's the question. Ask yourself why, and then break down exactly why. And then, because they've paved the road for you, go ahead and do that yourself. So here's one, right? It's another cart cover. So this one's like an elephant's cart cover, something 15,000 with 9 reviews. There's another 9,040 reviews, 7,015 reviews. And these ones are, look at this. There's just actually a ton of, now obviously there's a ton of guys with a ton of reviews, making a lot of money, but also, you can see that there are people coming into the market and selling in the market, even though these people, even though these other sellers are here with, thousands of reviews. Clearly this market is big enough so that, enough people can compete in it and make some money. All right, guys, so I'm back again. We were talking about this product, and this time I actually come bearing product differentiation gifts for any of you who actually maybe want to, do this. So basically I went on Alibaba and I started looking around, and I found that there's a lot of, similar products like this out there. I didn't find anything with the elephant kind of pillow, but I found something like this, which obviously means that the manufacturer can definitely do this for you, kind of make an animal shape if that's what you want. So for this product, it goes for, in this one it says 3 to 15, here it says $8. So let's say $8. But for, let's say if you want an animal pillow or something like that, maybe let's say $9, okay? For differentiation there. Another thing I noticed while doing my, kind of research in this niche is that I found that some of them actually have a, iPhone holder. So if you want to add that to your product, it probably will increase the value of, your product. Another thing I noticed is that there was an image here. There was another one that kind of added some baby bottle holder. I guess if you're kind of feeding your baby in the shopping cart and they keep throwing out the bottle, this is something that will keep it from falling over. So another thing to differentiate from the market, another thing to add value to your product. So let's say, all the customization, all the modifications will cost $10 per unit. So we go back to the product and open up the AMZ calculator. We go in here, let's say $10 profit per unit, $10 cost per unit. We also look at the pick and packs to estimate the shipping. So the pick and pack is obviously not the cheapest here. It's about $7, which means that it actually is pretty expensive to ship. So let's say to estimate, right, this is an estimation, $350 USD per unit cost to ship out the product. So that's actually pretty expensive right there. But anyways, let's look at that, right, and see what's up here. So it still shows after $10, the product costs $3.50 for that, and all the Amazon fees, you will still be making almost nearly $5,000 per month, which is still well over $50,000 USD, which is the average income in the US per year. So definitely something to look at here, especially with all the product modifications we did, in this example. Even though the average reviews is 416, there are people here making tens of thousands of dollars with barely any reviews. So guys, I hope this helped you out. If it did, leave a like, comment down below, and subscribe to the channel. If you guys want the link to the top 10,000 products in each category, the link is in the description. And that's pretty much it, guys. I'll see you next time. Peace.